1. Which of the following best describes the primary mission of the American Water Works Association, AWWA? A. To promote federal regulation of all drinking water systems. B. To advocate for public health and ensure safe and sustainable water through standards and education. C. To provide investment advice for private water corporations. D. To manage wastewater treatment operations nationwide. 2. In developing training materials for AWWA certified operators, which adult learning principles should guide curriculum design? A. Learners prefer passive lectures. B. Adults learn best when content is relevant to their work experience. C. Memorization is more effective than application. D. Learning should rely heavily on rote testing. 3. During an AWA audit, what is the most critical step in evaluating regulatory compliance? A. Reviewing only previous year's reports. B. Interviewing operators without documentation. C. Comparing operational practices to AWWA and EPA standards. D. Checking financial statements. 4. Which federal regulation most directly aligns with AWWA standards for drinking water quality? A. Safe Drinking Water Act. B. Clean Air Act. C. Resource Conservation and Recovery Act, RCRA. D. Clean Energy Act. 5. When mentoring a new water operator, the most effective approach according to adult learning theory is to A. Provide minimal feedback to encourage independence. B. Use real-world scenarios to apply new knowledge. C. Focus only on theoretical concepts. D. Avoid hands-on learning activities. 6. An AWWA certified educator should prioritize which of the following when evaluating course effectiveness? A. Student attendance only. B. Learner feedback and performance-based assessments. C. Instructor satisfaction. D. Length of the training session. 7. In communication with regulatory agencies, AWWA professionals must ensure reports are A. Simplified and informal. B. Accurate, timely, and compliant with regulatory standards. C. Opinion-based and interpretive. D. Optional unless requested. 8. A training program that aligns with AWA standards should include A. Only online quizzes. B. Practical demonstrations and competency-based assessments. C. Memorization of manuals without practice. D. Informal discussions without evaluation. 9. When evaluating an operator's compliance with AWA safety protocols, the evaluator should focus on A. Knowledge tests only. B. Observe performance and adherence to written procedures. C. Verbal recall of policies. D. Personal judgment. 10. AWA emphasizes preventive maintenance because it A. Reduces operator workload. B. Ensures consistent water quality and system reliability. C. Is less costly than emergency repairs. D. Eliminates need for inspections. 11. The best mentoring technique for a new AWA operator struggling with chlorine dosage calculations is to A. Assign more theory reading. Demonstrate dosage calculations in real-time practice. C. Allow self-study without supervision. D. Ignore the problem until the next review. Effective communication within AWA certified teams primarily aims to A. Promote conflict. B. Enhance collaboration and safety awareness. C. Limit feedback. D. Encourage individual competition. 13. Curriculum development for AWA continuing education must include A. Redundant materials for repetition. B. Performance outcomes aligned with job tasks. C. Irrelevant historical content. D. Random testing activities. 14. According to AWA standards, operator certification ensures A. Compliance with uniform competency standards. Job security. C. Political recognition. D. Union membership. 15. The most appropriate evaluation tool for assessing operator competence in valve maintenance is A. True or false quiz. B. Practical performance demonstration. C. Written essay. D. Peer discussion. The AWWA Code of Ethics requires professionals to A. Prioritize profits over public welfare. B. Protect public health and act with integrity. C. Follow only state laws. D. Ignore customer complaints. 17. In AWWA water safety training, risk communication must focus on A. Avoiding technical details. B. Clearly explaining hazards and mitigation methods. C. Blaming individuals for incidents. D. Withholding data for security reasons. 18. The most effective curriculum for safety education emphasizes A. Memorization of emergency codes. B. Application of hazard control procedures in simulations. C. Reading manuals without practice. Testing theoretical recall only. To comply with AWA's operational guidelines, documentation should be A. Minimal and verbal. Complete, accurate, and retrievable. C. Updated only annually. Optional. Which principle of adult learning applies most to AWWA field training? A. Adults are motivated by immediate application of skills. B. Adults require constant supervision. C. Adults dislike interactive learning. D. Adults learn passively. 21. AWA's water audit methodology primarily helps utilities to A. Reduce customer complaints. B. Quantify and manage water losses effectively. Increase water prices. D. Replace treatment systems. 22. Which best describes the AWWA approach to training evaluation? A. Focus on compliance forms only. B. Measure both learning outcomes and job performance. C. Review instructor attendance. Compare class sizes. 23. AWWA safety standards require confined space entry programs to include A. Unsupervised entry. B. Permitting, monitoring, and rescue procedures. Verbal consent only. D. Visual inspection alone. 24. The most essential element of mentoring within AWWA organizations is A. Building trust and open communication. B. Assigning more paperwork. C. Ignoring mentee concerns. D. Competitive evaluation. 25. When designing an AWWA training module, the instructor must ensure content is A. Theoretical only. B. Job relevant and skills based. C. Based on personal preference. Outdated but simplified. To maintain regulatory compliance, AWWA facilities must A. Ignore minor violations. B. Regularly review updates to EPA and state standards. C. Depend on historical data only. D. Wait for external inspections. 27. In AA leadership training, the most effective communication style is A. Directive and one-way. B. Transparent and feedback-driven. C. Aggressive and authoritarian. D. Passive and indirect. 28. Evaluation of operator training effectiveness should include A. On-the-job performance reviews. B. Instructor opinion only. C. Attendance tracking. D. Course duration. 29. UA emphasizes record keeping primarily to A. Meet financial reporting needs. B. Demonstrate accountability and compliance. C. Reduce staff workload. D. Replace operational checks. The AWWA principle of continuous improvement focuses on A. Eliminating staff input. B. Reviewing procedures for efficiency and safety enhancements. C. Minimizing training costs. D. Avoiding new technology. 31. When training adults for AOI certification, instructors should A. Emphasize problem solving over memorization. B. Use rote tests only. C. Avoid interactive participation. D. Limit real-world examples. 32. In mentoring within water utilities, a leader should first A. Assess the mentee's learning style and experience. B. Provide a standardized manual only. C. Ignore learning differences. D. Focus on discipline. 33. AWWA communication best practices encourage A. Active listening and factual clarity. B. Avoiding feedback. C. Emotional persuasion. D. One-way reporting. 34. Curriculum updates in AWWA training should occur when A. New regulations or technologies are introduced. B. Students request changes. C. Enrollment drops. D. Every 10 years only. 35. Which of the following is a regulatory compliance responsibility under AWWA guidelines? A. Submitting water quality reports to appropriate agencies. B. Marketing water services. C. Collecting customer payments. D. Supervising non-utility staff. 36. When teaching about disinfection protocols, instructors should emphasize A. Application of correct dosage and contact time. B. Brand of disinfectant used. C. Historical usage patterns. D. Visual appearance of water only. 37. The key component of AWWA's mentoring framework is A. Continuous feedback and growth-oriented dialogue. B. Strict performance punishment. One-time evaluation. D. Minimal interaction. 38. In AWWA operator development, formative evaluation means A. Ongoing assessment during training to improve learning. B. Final examination only. C. Feedback after certification. D. Peer assessment only. 39. Which learning strategy most benefits AWWA trainees with prior experience? A. Problem-based learning using real scenarios. Memorizing old manuals. C. Lecture-only sessions. D. Independent reading. AWWA promotes ethical responsibility in operations primarily to A. Protect public health and environmental integrity. B. Increase utility revenue. C. Improve marketing visibility. D. Simplify data collection.